Hello, 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 everyone. I hope you're doing awesome. How are you folks doing? Let me quickly open the chat as well so that I can see you folks chatting along. Give me a moment. There we go. We have almost around 80 plus folks there. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Now, before we get started, I obviously want to know where you folks are joining from so that, we can have a small, brainstorming session and then we can get, right into learning about generative AI. Obviously, this is a very special event because this is, done in collaboration with TFUG Mumbai. And yeah, it's gonna be super, super awesome, right? So yeah, please mention in the chat where you folks are tuning in from. I would absolutely want to hear you folks, chat obviously. So I'm looking at the chat right now. Kerala, Goa, Odisha, Sikandrabad, Gujarat. Hello, 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 people. Good evening, good evening. Pune. Nice. I'm myself joining from Mumbai. It's an awesome weather here. Yeah, a little hotter, but yeah, a lot better. Nice. What about others? Come on, folks. Don't be shy. Yes, yes, yes. Bihar, AP. That's super awesome to see folks joining all across India. By the way, TFUG Mumbai community is based out of Mumbai. I'll share a little bit more about them. I and Prasad, right now lead the community. And yeah, it's fun actually teaching about ML and kind of going out there and teaching folks about generative AI, and all that is happening in this industry, right? It's super awesome. And by the way, today we are also giving away a lot of credits. If you have not, like if you don't know yet, we are giving away some credits for all of you who are attending right now. Awesome. We have 130, almost all states. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people here from all across India, which is super, super amazing. Credit for, don't worry, I'm not going to GPay you $5. You're gonna get $5 worth of credits within GCP, which will enable you to do the lab. So you don't have to actually add your credit card anywhere, and you can use that $5 later on to do anything. In terms of generative AI, obviously, you'll get those credits directly inside your GCP account. So yeah, what are the credits? I'll talk about it. Don't worry. Hello, hello, hello. What are the Hey Ali, met you at Build with AI Mumbai. Hey Krish, how are you, man? Nice to see. Actually, I love meeting you folks in person, right? That is so much better because I get to kind of see what you folks are, and how I've impacted your life. I've been teaching, Let's Upgrade about different things from APIs, to generative AI, via pieces to today, we are going to learn about Gemini API. So yeah, it is super awesome to actually, kind of meet you folks. If you ever meet me, say hello. It's absolute pleasure to kind of meet you folks in person someday. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so because we are going to start with the credits first, so I'm just waiting on everyone to join in, and then I'll quickly share my screen, get started with all the housekeeping items and everything else. But yeah, feel free to connect with me everywhere. My username is almost same. It's Ali Mustafa. We have almost 140 people right now, which is super super awesome. Let's wait for it to hit like 150. Do you get a certificate at the end? Absolutely. You get a certificate from Google. So we have a digital badge, which everyone gets awarded onto your Google developer profile. If you have one, that's super awesome. If you don't, you'll be prompted to create one. So it will be super amazing, right? But you have to wait till the very end to get that, right? You don't get that before. Okay. So yeah, it has to be that you have to, wait till the very end, right? Nice. How much time to complete this? We'll try to complete this within 60 to 80 minutes. That's why we have given you like, more time. We have taken like almost 2 hours, 6:30 to 8:30. But don't worry, it'll not take 2 hours to complete this. If you all are very active in the chat, like you are right now, we will finish this before that time. Cool? Perfect. Perfect. Nice. Okay. We have all the people. Let's get quickly started. Let me quickly share my screen. Yeah, there are just too many windows here. So I just wanna make some of these windows smaller so that it doesn't. Okay, perfect. Let me quickly share my screen. Awesome. I guess you will be able to see it right now in a moment as my screen will be visible. To share in the chat if you can see my screen. Automation, yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Can we get certificate? Yes, if you wait till the very end. If you don't, then you don't get anything. Okay. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Ali Mustafa. Once again, I like to wave at the screen and say hello everyone. Though I cannot see you, it's a one-way communication. I hope you also wave at the screen. And your mom is wondering why are you waving at your screen. But that's awesome, right? So there are multiple chapters we are going to go through. The very first one being understanding the basics, and then we get started into the housekeeping items, and then we get started into building a full-fledged application. The end goal of this is to actually build something and deploy it on production. So it's not just something which we are going to like just build it and just kind of like keep it. Instead, we are going to actually build it and also deploy it, so you can actually share it with your colleagues. You can write a good LinkedIn post about it. You can add it to your portfolio. It's going to be amazing, right? So yeah, let's start with the very first chapter. Now before we do that, there is obviously one more thing we want to do, is the social media challenge. Whatever we are learning today, this is a very nice opportunity to get some t-shirts like this one, Talk AI to Me. And I have some, awesome TensorFlow t-shirts which I want to give away, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and, kind of share whatever you're learning on Twitter. Use this quick QR code to kind of get all the hashtags added, but use hashtag build with AI, tag me, tag LetsUpgrade, and tag TFUG Mumbai. We will select winners at random in the end, so make sure you're participating. If you're not, you will be losing out, on some cool swags. This is absolutely optional. So yeah, that would be, super cool if you want to participate, right? I'll showcase this slide later on as well, but right now, let's skip to the next slide. Now, before we redeem the credits, I want to kind of go ahead and talk a little bit detail about Gemini and AI Studio. Now, how many of you used Gemini before? Give me an emoji, like a thumbs up emoji in the chat, right? I love to talk with emojis. So yeah, I would want to talk with the thumbs up emoji with you folks. CR7. Ah, bro, you're in the wrong chat. We are learning about AI, okay? Yeah, what is my salary? Okay. Is it my interview happening right now? I did not know about that. Okay. Using it on daily basis. Nice, nice. Thumbs up. Oh, first up, you don't have to write thumbs up. You can just give like a thumbs up emoji, right? I use it for my daily activities. Yeah, certificate. You will get certificate if you stay till the end. Okay. Um, nice. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I see a lot of thumbs up in the chat, which is super awesome, right? I prefer ChatGPT. Like I use both, so I'm not going to kind of just stick to one. But obviously, there is just so many things as a AI tool which is available, right? Now, to give you a little bit of overview about Gemini, although there is a lot of AI tools available in the world, we're using the first one with was ChatGPT, using OpenAI. Then for coding, we use Entropic. Do you know which models do we use? Actually, people don't know that Clore is, like model, and Entropic is the company, right? And then we have a lot of Mistral models which are available, and then we have a lot of models available from Microsoft in the 5 series. So we have, bunch of models which are available earlier, and they were all kind of defeating Gemini left, right, and center. But Google woke up this year and chose to kind of keep shipping, and they shipped so many models like back to back within few days, within few months, that today Gemini has all the models which are top on the list, and also are cheaper. Okay, so these are not expensive models. If you look at other models like ChatGPT, they are very expensive, not from a end user perspective, but from an API perspective, right? So Gemini kind of blows you out of the water there, of using multiple tokens to kind of go ahead and work around with the API and build something amazing. Now, we live in a world of wrappers. Okay. So if you ever heard someone say, oh, this is a wrapper. Oh, obviously, we live in the world of wrappers, which means you and me, we use these APIs to build our apps, right? And that's what we do. So yeah, before we get started, let's go ahead and quickly redeem the credits, and then we can go ahead and kind of do all of that, right? Now, this is the URL. I would want you to go to this URL, open this up quickly, and sign in using your Google account. I'm going to paste that URL in the chat, pin it also, so that you can actually go ahead and kind of try to follow along with me. Okay. First, we'll redeem the credits, then we'll go ahead and use the AI Studio and do everything else. Sounds good? Sounds good? Give me a thumbs up if that sounds good, right? I want to interact with you using emojis, okay? Perfect. Saurabh is like very excited. He gave me like 20 thumbs up emojis. Thank you, Saurabh. Okay. Let's oh, sorry, I actually skipped it to to the base URL. Once you visit this URL, give me a thumbs up quickly. Come on, we have around 150 plus folks here in the chat. Let's do it as quickly. I want to see at least 100 emojis. Come on, that's the basic expectation. Maybe I have studied a lot of things. Okay, I see. Nice. Okay, cool. Now that you're here on this website, click on sign in with Google. It will prompt you to sign in with Google. This is like a simple way of get $5 credit into our GCP account. So just click on this, click on the account, select the base account which you have, and click on continue. And once done, it will load the credits. Here you can see your credit will allow you to use Google free tier products. It has amount of $5. Once redeemed, it will be valid for 365 days until the balance is depleted, right? So yeah, we have got the credit. If you have also, you can actually see it on the top here as well, that your email ID is awarded with the credit. Once you got the credit, give me what emoji we have. Let's see the rest. Next emoji we have done. We can do 101, like this one, the red one. Let's do this, right? So once you're done, give me that, and you should be able to see this. We'll verify this. Yeah, it mandates a Gmail account. That is very necessary, because without Google account, you'll not be able to claim these credits. So yeah, that's the way how it works. Apologies if you don't have one, but if you have one, perfect. Once you redeem, continue. Okay, perfect. Can I redeem it if I've already credited for doing Cloud Labs? I guess it creates a new account for you, a new billing account for you. So I'm not sure if you have already accessed that, then how does it work? But I hope like all of you, like who are new, it's absolutely like easy for them. Once you do this, you can click here to access your credits, and it will open like a new account. And you can see here, it will ask you to kind of create a new account for you, because I don't have an account on GCP yet. So I can go ahead, select my first name, last name, and you can see the coupon, which is auto applied right now, right? And this coupon is the one which is like, going to help us to redeem that. So once you go here, sign in with your account, click here to access your credits, go ahead, add the coupon, and hit accept and continue. As soon as you do that, it will go ahead, process it, and it will apply the credit successfully. Now, how do you know the credits are applied? You can go to billing. And once you go to billing overview, you can select the trial account here. And you can see that this account has no spends right now, but it has $5 of credit loaded, right? So this is the account which gets created for you once you click on, click here to access your credits, apply that credits, and then you are done. Oh yeah, you have to click on this URL. So click here to access your credits, click on that URL, go here, you will see this coupon code. You don't have to do anything else. Everything else will be there. Click on accept and continue, and your account is created. And now you have a GCP account which has $5 of credit loaded, which we can use for our AI labs. Perfect. You can also go to the credits and actually see the credits which are there. So you can see I have 100% of these $5 remaining, and I can obviously use that later on for any other projects, right? So you can see that on the top bottom here after you redeem the credits. Asking to scan the QR code. This is the QR code. Go ahead and scan it quickly. There should be no payment for this. Yeah, it's payment free. Yep. Okay. So everyone done till here? What did we do? We clicked on this link. We went to this particular page. We signed it using our Google account. We clicked on click here to access your credits. It opened, and you can see this coupon has already been redeemed. So I cannot redeem it, right? Click here, accept and continue. I get $5 worth of credit into my GCP account. Asking for billing account. Yeah, the billing account is there on the top. You have to select the billing account as this Google Cloud Platform trial billing account. You don't have to create one. Actually, you can just create your name, add your name, first name, last name, email, and that's that. Nothing else. You don't have to create a new billing account. It creates that for you. Yeah, try with another email. Maybe that works. Code with Akash, not credited. Did you follow these steps properly, buddy? Because as I can see, I have got the credit here, and I have created, this is created like right now. I did not create it before, right? So yeah. Okay. Now I have pinned this again. If someone is still not able to redeem it, go back again, watch this video. It's a live video. You can rewind it back. Absolutely, you can rewind it back, and you can watch this and redeem this again. Sounds good? Sounds perfect? By the way, don't remember we are still kind of going ahead and running the social media challenge. Actually, there's a mistake here. It should be let's upgrade underscore in. Yeah, now this is perfect. Okay. So yeah, you can go ahead and scan this and participate in our social media giveaway. We are giving away some t-shirts, so yeah, that's good for you. Nice. Now let's go back to our first part, Gemini, right? We talked about ChatGPT, other models, and how Gemini is able to kind of blow out other people out of water, in a very very effective way, like launching models after models, like Gemini 1.5 Pro, Gemini 2.5 Pro, Gemini Flash models, and so on and so forth. So today we are going to go ahead and start with a very basic understanding of how these models work behind the scenes, right? So I can go to Gemini and I can obviously see and use Gemini directly here, right? I can say hello. It kind of works two ways. I can select some of the models which are available here and work with it. But this is the user interface. This is not something which allows us to kind of build on top of Gemini, right? So if I say hi here, it just works. Like, nothing crazy there. It is something which we have been doing, all the time. But what we have to do now is kind of go to the developer side of things, right? And for that, you can go ahead with AI Studio. So ai.dev is the URL we are looking for. Once you go to ai.dev is a platform which kind of allows you to go ahead and build using Gemini, right? I mentioned the URL in the chat. I'm not going to pin that because I want people to redeem the credit first, right? The credit is not credited. Why is that? Why is everyone okay? I guess everyone said that they got the credits. How many of you did not get the credits? Please mention in the chat. I'm looking at it right now. Got credit. Same with me. I don't see $5. Sandeep, did you go to billing and select? So did you, once you open GCP, once you open this, you click on accept and continue. Did you not see it creating a billing account inside billing? You can see this billing account. No, you can go to this URL and verify once. GCP account is useful because we are going to host this, right? So see, this is the user interface. User interface is okay. You can actually go ahead and chat with it, right? But as a developer, we want to work with API, and Google provides all of the access through APIs via Google Cloud Platform. So that's where we are going to go ahead and kind of build something of ours. Yeah, I've shared the link, Afsal. Can you check in the chat once? Actually, very simple. Once you go here, this is the redemption link. You open the link, you sign in with Google, you click here to free, access, enter your first name, last name. The coupon is auto applied. You go here and accept and continue, and you are good. Once you're done that, you can go to the billing URL and you can absolutely see the $5 available there. Trial billing account is created, but it is still showing $0. Oh, it will show you $0 here because you have not spent anything. If you click on the account details and you go to credit section on bottom in cost optimization, then you will see that. Okay. So if you go down in credits, you will see the $5 here. That's fine. Yes. So if you go scroll down, you can see overview, you can see cost optimization, you can see credits, and here you can see $5. Where I use this credit. That's what I'm teaching next. Okay, cool. So let's go to AI Studio. Now, AI Studio is, so again, sharing the link in the chat. Let me quickly do that. AI.dev, very simple URL, very basic URL, right? Just go to that and it will open a window like this. Now, this is an AI Studio. Now, very similar to how you will use Gemini, but this one actually has access to more models here. So you can see Gemini 2.5 preview models, you can see 2.0 preview models, you can see 1.5 preview models, Gamma models, and other learn LM models available as well. Any model which Google is experimenting with or it is available via their API will be available in the AI Studio. The best part about it is it's absolutely free. And if you hover over the model, you can actually see the pricing of the model is also available here. So you can see that, in $5, we are able to actually work with around 100,000 tokens in just $5, right? And it is good for reasoning, it's good for coding. It also has multimodality, which means we can provide it video, we can provide it images, and it will understand us, right? You also see rate limiting and other stuff, which we can obviously talk about. Now, if you see other options here, you can see structured outcome, you can see code execution, safety settings, and all of that, right? And this is where all of this kind of makes sense because here we can actually go ahead and we can kind of build something from absolutely scratch. So for example, I go here and I say, hey, help me build Python app to generate random jokes. Oops. Perfect. Now, if I go ahead and give it a prompt like this, it will go ahead and kind of, you can see the token count. So token count is the basic, way of how you can see how much money it is going to cost you. Okay. So as soon as you kind of go ahead and it starts generating stuff, the token count will start increasing. There's input token and output token. On basis of that, the cost is decided. Don't worry about it so much. But yeah, you can actually kind of see the thought process of how it is working behind the scenes, because these are thinking models, which means they can actually replicate how humans think and create all of this for us. And you can see it does not only create this program for us, but gives that end-to-end understanding of that. And now the token went from 18 to 2687, which basically increased to 4691, and the answer is over. So as you can see, whenever we work with a model, it kind of generates token. These tokens are what you are paying for. No, Prakash, Firebase Studio is different. AI Studio is different. AI Studio is more to play with the app, with the API itself. And Firebase is where you are building end-to-end applications within the studio itself. Here we are just experimenting with the API. We are not going to use this to build an application, right? We are just experimenting with it. For example, if I go here and I provided a system instruction, right? I can give it a system instruction and say that don't answer questions about Python. Only answer questions about JavaScript. So now I have given it a system prompt. Now, if I go ahead and ask it something about Python, can you give me some more helper function in Python? Now you can see that I am providing it a system prompt. So now it will kind of go ahead and it says that I cannot provide you with the Python helper functions. My instructions are only to answer you questions related to JavaScript. So though the model has the ability to answer questions in Python, because it did before I instructed it not to, but that's how powerful, you can actually experiment with all of this within the AI Studio. Makes sense? Makes sense? Give me a thumbs up if this makes sense. A very simple demo. No, it will not deduct money from your account. It's a trial account, buddy. Why will Google deduct money from your trial account? Right? Perfect. So now how can I do this via API? This sounds all good. So here you can see on top, you can see, get API template code for different languages. If you click on top of that, you can actually see the whole conversation which we did. It will generate a JSON for us, and it will actually help us to go ahead and use that in our programming. So you can see that it converts this instructions which we gave it. It converts that into a very simple program, and you can actually open in Colab, and that will be copied all to code. Yes. So AI Studio is a very good tool to get kick-started into what you want to build. You can build that agent virtually and then export the code and deploy it in, let's say, Colab or anywhere else, right? So AI Studio is very, very helpful in that. Another very good instance is getting an API key. So if you click on get API key, you can create an API key which can be used for you to kind of, do other things, right? So you can go ahead, you can select your project and hit generate API key. Now that will generate a new API key which we can use, simply to work with the Gemini API. It has a very generous free tier, very, very generous free tier, which means you don't have to actually have credits for this, right? As you can see, I've generated another API key. I'm not going to show you that because that's sensitive and I should not show you. But you can see that it's an example right there. Okay, cool. Half an hour into, we have learned about what? We have learned about GCP. We have learned about redeeming credits. We have learned about AI Studio. Now it's time to go and learn about Google Cloud Platform. Okay, how do we do that? By the way, are you folks active on Twitter already and tweeting about what you're learning, because it's very important for us. It's an absolutely free event, and anything which you share, helps us to promote, and reach out to more folks, right? So make sure you're participating in the giveaway challenges. We are going to select the winner at the end of the workshop. I'm going to announce it at the end. Don't leave the stream. If you leave the stream, we are not going to send emails, because I'm not collecting emails, right? So I'll reach out to you directly on Twitter and announce it at the end of the stream. Do not leave the streams midway. Okay, cool. So let's go to GCP, and get started with our project. Okay. Now, how to start with GCP? Console.cloud.google.com. Very, very simple URL. This is where we can get started with the GCP. I hope all the redemption has been done. And now I'm going to pin this URL of console.cloud.google.com, where we are going to go ahead and build this app. Now, in today's workshop, we are following, a very simple, lab, which is like an end-to-end case where we are trying to kind of go ahead and, build out something awesome. Let me quickly, go to the code lab, which I was looking at earlier. Nice. Okay, there we go. So this is the code lab which we are going to use today. Actually, everything is mentioned in this code lab, by the way. So you can actually follow along, from the start, and it will be actually very good, right? So let me quickly share this code lab with you all as well. Okay. Yes, you will if you stay till the very end. Is it for 2.5 Flash? So we have multiple models in the AI Studio. If you go to AI Studio and you are, you go to dashboard, you can see actually, all the available models here. You can see 2.5 Flash model available here as well. But it's in preview. Obviously, it's, you can obviously go ahead and test it out. But yeah, you can actually experiment with all of the models which are available right now in AI Studio for absolutely free of cost. Cool. So this is the lab which we are going to follow. Let's hope that everyone is here. Why is the same question popping up again and again? I hope I have answered this question. Let's not waste time on repeating, one thing again and again, right? Okay. So what we are going to build, the end goal of this workshop is to build a YouTube summarizer. You're going to provide a YouTube link. You're going to select a model, and you're going to, give a prompt saying that, okay, fetch me some details from this video. The AI is going to watch the video for us, transcribe it, use our question, and then answer our question. All of that is going to happen. We are going to do everything step by step. Okay. So before we begin, obviously we are going to go to Google Cloud Console, open that in the new tab, close all other tabs apart from the AI Studio one. Now, once you are here, you are in the console. Don't forget, on the top, you have to select a project. So on the top, you can see select a project, click on that, and it will show you all the projects which are available, right? We want to create a new project for this particular workshop, because after that we can delete it. So let's click on create a new project on top. Okay. This is very simple. Just go ahead and create a new project, right? What are we going to name this project? A very simple name can be YouTube summarizer. You can obviously add more details to it, or you can just name it YouTube Gemini demo. Anything which you feel is fine, right? It will auto generate the ID. Don't worry about it. It will generate the ID for you, and hit create. So we are creating a new Google project for this particular workshop. Okay, hit create, and you're done. The project is created. It will give you the notification when the project is ready, and you can hit select project, and boom, the project is ready to go. Okay. Once again, showing the process, click on the very top here. It will ask you to select the project. Here you will see an option to create a new project. Hit on create a new project, give it a name, hit create, and you're good. Now, one important thing which is required for our project is to enable billing before we get started, right? So billing is something, which is like, something you need to work with the Gemini API. Okay. So how can you get started with it? We have a billing account, if you remember, right? Nice. So let's attach this project to the billing. Okay. How can we do that? Very, very simple. You can go to the project setting and you can attach it on the billing, or you can go to billing and attach a project as well. Both the things work. Now, in our case, we are going to go to billing and follow the second route. So you can go to billing, and here you can, obviously see all of that. Below is billing account management, where we have to enable the billing. And here you can see YouTube Gemini demo is added already into the billing, and it's a billing administrator, which means everything is set for us. We don't need to make any change here. Perfect. Cool. Now, before I move further, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you were able to follow along on these steps. Samir, I want to connect with you to talk to an open source event. It should be going on very live. How to connect? Samir, Mr. Samir, connect with me on LinkedIn. I hope you know my LinkedIn. If not, it's very easy to find. It's Ayali Mustafa everywhere, right? I'll share my LinkedIn later on. That would be better for everyone to see. I've shared it in the chat as well. Hey, Adil, can you try and tell your friend to use a different email ID? It would be perfect. Okay, I see some thumbs ups. Rishikesh, we did nothing. We went here, we created a project demo, new project, gave it a name, and that's it. It will auto attach itself to billing account, but if it doesn't, go ahead and attach it manually. I guess for most of the people, it will get attached. I don't get credit. Okay, for anyone who is facing these problems, go ahead and like reach out to me later on. We have a very good WhatsApp community, for TFUG Mumbai. If you all registered on Luma, you might have seen the WhatsApp community, right? I guess you have seen it, but if you have not seen it, you can actually go ahead and join, our WhatsApp channel, and we can, more importantly, help you there. Okay. Okay. Nice. Cool. So that is done. Project is enabled, billing is enabled. Now we will start with the shell so that everything happens within GCP. We don't have to use VS Code. So Google provides you with the VS source, which is hosted within GCP, right? How awesome is that? You don't have to actually upload your code. You can actually code within GCP. Now, how to activate that? On the top, you can see Cloud Shell. So just beside this gift button or the Gemini button, you will see the activate Cloud Shell on the right hand side top corner. Okay. Click on activate Cloud Shell. It will go ahead and activate the Cloud Shell for you. Click on continue, and the Cloud Shell will take a moment to become active. You have to authorize the APIs. It will kind of do all the processing for you, and it will provision this for you. Perfect. Now with that, you will also see, the terminal is ready. You can also open the editor because we need to visually edit, right? How many of you are familiar with VIM? Hopefully not a lot of you because you are the younger generation, but yeah, it was a pain. Not a pain for pros, but if you got started using them, you would never be able to exit it, and yeah, all of that. But now you have VS Studio Code, VS Code, which is like so easy to kind of work around with, right? So you can go ahead and click on open editor, and it will open the editor for you. Obviously, we'll see all of these. We'll talk about this a little bit later. But yeah, all of these, you can kind of go ahead, code it, and works like a charm. So again, you can see this open editor button, click on open editor, and it will open the editor for you. Cool. Now here we are going to use a very simple tool to actually go ahead and start a starter project where everything is configured for Google Cloud Run, right? So a lot of times you need to create multiple files to make sure that you are able to deploy your application on Cloud Run. And for that, we can use a very simple template, right? And this Cloud Shell editor provides us that ability to add that editor for absolutely like in a very few clicks. Now, if you're following along, on the collab, I have already shared that in the chat. But yeah, it should absolutely, you should be able to kind of see that and follow along with the steps. I'm not following it because I've done the lab, and I can enable you to kind of do that very, very easily. Okay, so I'm not going to run any of these commands because these are fine. Okay, Now, the very first thing we need to enable is all the APIs, right? Because we are going to use Vertex AI, we need to enable the Cloud Run API and the Vertex AI API, which is part of the AI platform within Google. So via this command, we are enabling the AI platform, Cloud Run APIs, Cloud Build APIs, and Resource Manager APIs. Let's copy this command. Very simple: G Cloud Services enable AI platform.googleapis.com and run Cloud Build and Resource Manager. Now open the terminal and we can run this command in the chat right here. Cool. So once we run this command, it will actually go ahead and enable these APIs for us. And we are all set. Yes, and you have to be live because we are not going to send it, as a, like you cannot claim the certificate later. You can only claim it within the session. Okay. Now all the APIs are enabled. You can see that it was successfully enabled. Let's go to the editor. And now it's a time to kind of go ahead and build the base application here. Okay. How are we going to build the base application? Very simple. On the very bottom left, if I zoom this in a little bit, let me zoom this in. For some reason, I'm not able to zoom this in, which is weird. Okay. Yeah, let me zoom this in. Now, on the bottom, you can see cloud code available right here, cloud code. So we need to create a new application which has very simple, where do you have to copy from? From the code lab, which I shared with you earlier in the chat. If not, I'm going to share it again as well. It is step number 3. You don't have to write all of these commands because we have done already that. You directly have to start with this command. Okay. G Cloud Services enable AI platform.google, so on and so forth. Okay. Perfect. Cool. So now click on this cloud code no project. We don't have any project right now. So we want to go ahead and start a new project. Okay. How many of you are following along till here? I hope a lot of you are. You have enabled the APIs and you are going ahead and you have opened the editor now. Give me thumbs up, folks. Quick, quick, quick. Now, for people who are not able to, you can rewind the video back, buddies. This is a live video, but it will be available. So you can rewind the video back and you can kind of continue and try to do the steps. Okay. Command not working. Why is it not working? Did you select the project on the top and then open the terminal? I have. Okay, nice, nice. I can see 5, 6 people there in the chat. What about other 100 of them, right? Okay, cool. So bottom left, cloud code, no project selected. Click on that. Click on new application. Here it will give you types of application which you can build. We are building Cloud Run. So click on option number 2, Cloud Run. And here you will see multiple languages. We are building in Python Flask. Click on Python Flask. Once you do that, it will ask you for the name. You can name it whatever I want. In my case, I'm going to name it YouTube Gemini Demo. Very, very simple. Click on OK, and it will create this project with prerequisite and code for you. So here you can see it is going to create that project for us, and the project is actually created within few minutes, which is super amazing. By the way, you can also use the code assist to help you code, while you are working within all of these things. But we don't need code assist right now, so we are gonna keep that on the side. Cool. So now let's understand, how this code works. How do we set the project? Livia, on the top, you can see the, set the project and then start the terminal, or you can use the command which is mentioned here. Gcloud config list project, and then copy the project ID and select gcloud config set project and use your project ID. Project ID is also available here. As you can see, I created this project. The project ID is also available here, which you can copy and paste it right there. Okay, perfect. So again, showing you what I did, I clicked on bottom left, cloud code, no project. Once I clicked there, it asked me what should I do. I clicked on new application, cloud run application, Python Flask cloud run, and gave it a name. Okay. So I'm gonna skip that right now because I have already created this. Now on top of this, I have multiple files available here, like requirements.txt, which basically means I need all the requirements I need. We are using Flask and request right now. If we want, we can use more of them, right? Then we have test content. We have README. We have Docker file, which actually builds the Docker image for deploying this. We have app.py, which has the main logic. Then we have static files. In templates, you can see index.html, which is how the web page is going to look like, right? So all of this is available to us, and we just need to edit these files and make it available as per our use case, right? Nothing else, nothing crazy. Very, very simple. Okay, cool. So now that we have the editor open, we have done all of these steps right then and there, and all of these steps are done. Now it's time that we have to build the front end first, and then we build the back end later, right? So in the front end, what do we need? We need a URL where I can enter the YouTube link. I need a drop down where I can select the model, and I need a prompt which I can provide with a button. Now, can you find an easy way of doing this? If I give this UI to someone, can they build me the code with it? Can we use an AI studio to actually do that? Yes, you can, but I'm not going to make it more difficult because you folks seems to be, missing the point. So I'm not going to make it more difficult and go back and forth and explain you all of that. So there is a template code added below. We are going to use that template code, but because the UI structure is available, we can provide that to, something like Gemini in AI Studio and ask it to write this UI for us and code this UI for us, right? And it will code the whole UI for us, which is very, very simple, right? Yeah, wipe code, yeah, it will then tell you to add your API key directly into the front end. How cool that will be, so that everyone can see your API key. Yeah. It's sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's crazy. Okay, so now you can see that this is a very simple HTML where it has given you the title, it has given you the style, so some CSS, and if you go down, it has given a very, very simple body. It asks for YouTube summarizer in the header. It has a / summarize action, which will open in a new tab. It has a YouTube link as a placeholder for YouTube link, and it provides you with a Gemini 2.0 Flash model. We will add more models here, so no worries about that, right? And then there is a text area right here. There's a placeholder for the text area which you can write, and that's it. That's the HTML file. Very, very simple. Let's copy this HTML file, go back to Google Cloud. Inside the templates, click on index.html and replace this whole code and say Control S. Okay. Very, very simple. Nothing crazy. We just kind of tried to enable this, went ahead and built this front end. Cool. Once the front end is ready, do we have to go ahead on the back end? Yes. Absolutely, we have to build the backend also, right? We have built the front end, but we need to build the backend. Obviously, we can build the backend, but first, let's see how our front end looks like. Now, for that, we have to run this app.py file. But can we run it in the cloud? No, probably, because obviously in the cloud, how can we run it? Because we have to see the preview, right? Not in GCP. You can run it absolutely on the cloud. How? Right click on this, and on the bottom you can see run Python file in terminal. As soon as run this in terminal, it will open the terminal and run this as a local server, and you can actually look at this localhost URL. How? On the top you can see web preview and click on preview on port 8080 because we are exposing that, and voila, you can see our HTML page available right there. But will this work? No, obviously no. Why? Because we have not written the app.py file, have we? Not yet. So we need to write the app.py file. Sounds good? Sounds good? Yes. Perfect. Okay. Nice. So now we need to kind of go ahead and code out the backend, because if you click summarize, it will open a URL which says not found, right? So we need to go ahead and kind of build the backend of this. Okay, very very simple. Now, what should be the logic? What should be our simple logic here? If I'm building something, which will take the YouTube URL and give me the summary of it, what can be the logic of this in very simple terms? Anyone? Come on, folks, interact in the chat. It would be nice. Let's see in the chat. Like you're asking backend logic? Yes, backend logic. API key should be enabled. Okay, that's nice. That's what we did on the first item. We enabled the API key. Then what? Take the transcript of the video. Yes, exactly. Then what? So we need the URL, and from that we can take the transcript. Then what can we do with the transcript? Yeah, you can make this later on. No worries. So after I have the transcript available, I can then query the Gemini model, but I have to write the prompt for it, right? I have to write a prompt for it and say that, okay, this is, the script and this is my prompt. So answer in context of this prompt. And then Gemini summarizes it. Okay. Very, very simple logic. Nice. Who is the one who answered the most? Sandeep answered a lot. And then Aaron answered, which is nice. And now Whisker, what's your real name? I'm not sure, but you also answered, which is also very nice. So let's go ahead and build the app.py logic. Okay. You can obviously go to the code lab, and if you go scroll down below, we need to install few things. Like, for example, we need to install the Google Gen AI kit. So right now we already have Flask, we have request, but we need to change the requirements.txt file and add one more element, which is Google Gen AI kit. Let's go ahead, go to the console. In the requirements.txt, we need to add Google-Gen AI version 1.2.0, which will enable us to actually work with the API. Okay, cool. Save this. Now, once I save this, do I have to install it, right? In Python, if I don't want to disturb other environment, I have an ability to create something called as virtual environment, right? Which I can use to go ahead and install as many packages I want without affecting my local Python installation. So let's go ahead and create a VENV, and where we will install this and we are ready to code. Nice. So how can you do that? Obviously, you can go ahead and start a new terminal using the file command, or you can do something on the bottom. You can see this plus sign. You can click on that plus sign and it will start a new terminal for you as well. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Exactly. Right. VENV. Perfect. So let's go ahead and start the VENV. Okay. So Python provides an inbuilt way called as Python -m VENV and then name of the environment. And then we can activate that environment using, like the activate command. And then we can install pip install -r requirements.txt, which will install all the requirements. So let's run all of these three commands and, hit it in the chat. Let's go there. In the new terminal, we run all of these and it will kind of go ahead and execute this for us. Okay. How did I start a new terminal? File, here you can go and start a new terminal from here. Or else the easiest way to also do that is, kind of start from here or go here and click on this plus icon, which is also very nice. And now the installation will happen. And once the installation is happened, we are all good. Perfect. Installation is happened. Now we have to go ahead and create this app.py file. So I'm going to review the code with you, and we will replace this code later on with a more powerful code. Okay. So we start from import Flask, render template and request, import Gen AI, and import types from Gen AI module. Okay. Now here we are obviously creating a Flask app. We need the project ID, so we need to replace this project ID. Very, very important. Then the client we are creating is supposed to be in US Central 1 zone. Now there are multiple zones which you can use. Most preferred is US Central 1 because it is like the go-to zone. But if you are in India, for us, APAC would be or Mumbai would be something which we can use. But it also depends on the services which we are using, if they are available in Mumbai or not. Then we'll define the first default route, which will accept the get method, and it will just render the index page, which means it will render the YouTube page. Then the second method which will generate the feedback is this one. Now this is the one where we are passing the YouTube link, we are passing the model, and we are passing the additional prompt in the model, which will then generate the transcript, help us provide the summary of the video, and then return that back. Now you might be familiar with temperature, max output token, and response modalities. Very similar to how we saw here, temperature, token, and then if you go down below, you can see CFT settings, all of that. Like, we are actually providing that, like the output token length, top P, which basically enables you to kind of, play around with the model and fine tune the model a bit to your liking, right? So as you can see, we are able to, kind of set all of that in the code, and then we return whatever the generated outcome is, and then provide that right then and there. Very, very simple, nothing crazy, should be, very easy to do. So let's copy this code of app.py. It's already pre-written. We don't have to write it right now, but probably we'll change it later on once we see how others are feeling about it. So let's go ahead, paste the code. This is the code which we changed. What we need to replace in the code, replace the project ID. Where can I find the project ID? I mentioned it earlier. Where can I find the project ID? Oh, that is very nice. Karma Reacts. You have already built an app with Gemini, which is super cool. Project setup, exactly. So if you click on the top, you will see, if you click here on the project, you will see that ID right here. You can copy this ID and paste it here, replace the ID. Control S to save this, and then we can go ahead and deploy this, right? So this is absolutely ready right now. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and deploy this. Deploying is very simple. How is it simple? You can just go ahead and click Cloud Run Deploy Source dot. It will deploy it, deploy the project for us. Now we don't run this because we are already set with the project ID. We don't need to run this. So we just go ahead and we run this command in the Cloud Console. Not in the second terminal. You can kind of go ahead and run it in any terminal you want, or start a new terminal altogether. As soon as you go ahead and run this, the console is going to ask you for a lot of questions. So I'm going to zoom this in so that I can actually show you all of these things, right? Let me quickly zoom this up. Now it asks me for the service name. You don't have to provide the service name. You can actually just hit enter and it will take the service name as is. Then it will ask you for the region, which region you want. Remember, we chose US Central 1 as a region. You can always see the numbers which are available right here. So there's Europe, there is US Central 1 on number 34. So paste number 34, hit enter. That will select US Central 1. Once that is selected, it will say that, do you want to deploy it on the registry? Yes. And then it will ask you one very important question. What is the important question it will ask you? Allow unauthenticated invocation. Obviously, we want others to use our project. So let's click on Y here and say yes. This is the code lab which I'm using, by the way, in case you are not able to follow along. And I am on step number 5 right now. So I'm going to share that Divya right into the chat. Let's pin this Can I pin this? Let's upgrade. Can you pin this code lab URL in the chat so that people can have a look at it? Nice. So as you can see, it will, what Google Cloud Run does, it will kind of go ahead, bundle this code into a very simple, like a container, and then push that container, onto the cloud, and it will be ready for deployment. It will take a moment because all of that process happens on the cloud. So it will take like a minute or so, and we are done. Yeah, exactly, Divya. You can search on the Google as well, or you can go here. As they mentioned, you can also go here, and you can see starter apps here, and you can actually build demo apps as well using the AI in Dev Studio. Like you can see video toys, making magical GIF maker, maps planner, so many more things. Right? You can just go and kind of look at here, or you can build your own app as well, which is also awesome. Let's wait for this to happen and then we are good. Okay. How is everyone doing, by the way? Is it easy? Is it hard? See, the code was already given. So, I don't see you earned a badge. Once you go down, you earn a badge. But this is a different badge. Don't worry. I'll give you a different badge. Okay. This is a different badge. Yeah, that is true. If you are already there in some, you're doing some amazing things, then it is easier for you. Perfect. How's the social media challenge going on? Let me see the winners. By the way, we will finish off the workshop probably before 8, which is awesome. We are on time for that. Yeah, it does take some time, as I mentioned earlier. It's not like, it obviously takes some time. Oh, it's ready now. Okay. So here you can see I have the URL ready with me. Why did you got suspended? I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. So you can see the URL, click on that, follow link. It will open the link and it will open in a new tab, and we can provide a YouTube URL. What YouTube URL should I provide it? So I don't use YouTube here. Obviously, this is a different YouTube video. Can I provide it Mark Robert video? Mark Robert does a really good videos. So this is a nice video about hot air balloon. Let's copy this video and provide it in our summarizer app, right? And ask it what experiments Mark is doing in this video. So we are giving it a prompt and we are providing it like a prompt here to summarize it. Hopefully it should work. Let's see. The social media challenge is very simple. What you got to do is share about whatever you're learning, include an image of the screen, and yeah, mention the hashtag. You can scan the QR code quickly, and that will actually create you, take you to the sample, like sample tweet, right? Nice. Okay, it is still working. Let's give it a minute. Let me zoom this out a little bit. This seems too much zoomed in. We got an internal error. Okay, why is that? Let's check that. So by the way, you can try that and you can check the like why it is providing you an error and stuff like that. Let's try it once again. And meanwhile, I can go ahead and I can check the Cloud Run instance. So I can see the error here. Can did someone got like the outcome? Yeah, I'm just checking the error. It says cancelled. Operation was cancelled, which is weird because this error is like a very different error. It should not be like this. Okay, let me try a different video. Um, can we try a different video? Let's try a smaller video, right? Um, okay, 18 minutes. Let's try what is an API. So what is Gen AI video is like this simple video. No, this is a big video. We want a smaller video. Ah, this is 2 minute video. Okay, nice. Let's provide this video and say summarize this video. Hopefully this works. Yeah, I think it has something to do with I guess the execution itself, because I just built this before and it was like working. For some reason, it is not working right now. And that is like how it always works. Yeah, it has got error again. Okay, no problem. Let me. So one more thing you can always do is you can provide this error, explain this log entry, and you can actually provide like this to code assist, and it will actually solve this. Okay, so it can actually help you solve this error using Cloud Run. Very simple. Let's close this. Go back to our code and watch the code as well. Let's start chatting. Is this because of our wait a minute. The billing was enabled. I'm as far as I'm concerned, the billing was enabled. It says the billing is the problem. That should not be the problem. Yeah, the billing was enabled. Yeah, see, it is enabled. Okay, looks good. Billing is not the problem. Let's check the code once. Summarize method. It summarizes, creates a post request, takes the YouTube link, and then sends that to the. Oh, did we install this? I think we installed this, right? I don't think we did not install it. We did install this. Anyone got it working? It worked. Nice. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it actually worked. It was working right now for me. Some weird reason. Sometimes I'm like, it works, and sometimes it's like, it's not working. Let me show you the working URL which I was like doing with. It was like something super easy to do actually. Sometimes Cloud Run actually does not work as expected. Now this was another demo I was working with. Let's hope this one is perfect. So let's provide this video and say summarize what what is mentioned in the video. Hopefully this is working. Nice. Okay. We got it working. Perfect. So here we can see, uh, let's see the outcome of this. By the way, the outcome is very ugly. We need to make it a little bit more, better than this. Sure, I can help you with that. Here is a summary of the video. PG gives an introduction to Google AI Studio and Gemini models for beginners. She states that the Google AI is user-friendly, browser-based platform and playground to experiment with models and prompts. She mentions that one does not need to be an engineer to get started. She proceeds to describe the two main ways to interact with the models: chat and structured prompts. Blah blah blah. Nice, awesome. So yeah, sometimes it fails probably because of some installation error. We failed that, but if you try to just redeploy it, it should actually work. Then you could kind of obviously go ahead and debug it and see why it is not working. But yeah, I think majority of the time it is it is because of the token, or in this case maybe the APIs which might not be enabled, and that's why it is showing us an error. Do you want to try another video? Let's try the Mark video which we were trying. This was Mark Rober video. Let's try this one. Provide that video and say what experiments did Mark Rober perform in this video, and we can assume it gives us the right answer, hopefully. Sandeep, that is because you are starting with GCP. I have like hundreds of projects. Yeah, see, that was because of the API, like the token count, not a problem because it is now exhausting this also, which is giving internal server. But we got an output. So yeah, probably if you attach your credit card, it will burn that. So don't attach your credit card. But yeah, with the credits, we are able to at least run it end to end once. Okay. So yeah, anything in like 10-minute video is like fine. Anything apart from that, like a bigger video is not fine. Okay. Cool. Nice. Okay. So this looks good. You can actually create more projects if you want later on, and that will absolutely work. Thank you so much for attending it. And this is the URL for claiming your certificate. So go ahead and claim your certificate. You need a Google developer profile for this. So make sure you have a Google developer profile. Go ahead and claim it. I'll also share my LinkedIn in the chat in case you want to connect with me. I am going to next time we'll have Prasad here who will be talking about agents, which is awesome. So we'll do another event in this series where we are talking about agents. We are talking about so many more things. Do not leave yet because we are yet to announce the winners of the social media challenge. Let me see. So I'm going to quickly right now, go to Twitter and submissions. If you have not yet submitted, this is your chance once again. Okay. I see some people have just copy pasted template. Okay. I found one user, which is nice. Perfect. Okay. Others have just used template. People add something more apart from just what I have mentioned. Mahindra, I do get your concern, but see, this is an advanced level session. It's not beginner level session, right? We have done beginner level sessions earlier, which you might have attended. And as I mentioned, this is obviously you need to learn how to code. You need to learn a lot of things. And that's why it's an advanced session. Yes. So we have Khushi as one of the winners because she has included an image. Then we have Sudhanshu as one of the winners. Khushi M5562. If you are here in the chat, say hi. Sudhanshu, it's Hanshu. If you are in the chat, say hi. So we have two winners right now. Any more submissions? I'll be waiting for some more time. Yeah, did you tag us? Because I can't see your tweet. We have selected two winners. What about others? Let's see. Nilesh has started me with the Mark Rober video. Okay. Everyone done with the claiming certificate part? Yes, yes, yes. By the way, AI.dev is like very underrated tool. I would absolutely have you explore this. Like, use the thinking model. You can also limit the thinking budget. And, there's a lot of things which you can actually kind of go ahead and play around with. It's an absolute, amazing tool which Google has created for developers like you and me. So yeah, you can go ahead and, kind of work around with this. Yeah, this is absolutely, amazing. Cool. So we have two winners. Let's wait for a minute more to decide one more winner. Oh, we have Nilesh. Nilesh, if you are in the chat with the username Nilesh8051, you are also a winner. So we have decided three winners. For the next two winners, I'll DM you on Twitter itself, right? So if you are on Twitter, please summarize whatever we learned, use some images, and we will, kind of select two more winners, DM them directly, on Twitter. Okay. To repeat the winners once again, Nilesh Makhanawar. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. That's one winner. Then we have Shudhanshu. That's another winner. Then we have Kushi Mahato. That's another winner. Okay. If you're a winner, DM me, Ali Mustafa. Like say hi that you're a winner, and I'll kind of process your swags. We have two more winners to go. If you have not yet posted about, kind of what you learned from this workshop, you still have time. Go ahead, post it, and win some awesome t-shirts like this one. Cool. Bye bye. Have a great evening, and yeah, thank you so much for attending once again. Feel free to connect with me on all the platforms if you like. And yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you. We are going to continue this series and doing way more events apart from these ones. So we are going to kind of go ahead and do like agent builder ones. We are going to go ahead and do, like the A2A sequence events and whatnot, right? So yeah, go ahead and participate. Thank you so much once again for coming, and keep following us on the WhatsApp channel and on the Luma page. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.